In an ongoing legal battle against News Group Newspapers, NGN, the publisher of The Sun, Prince Harry has failed in his bid to directly name media mogul Rupert Murdoch as being responsible for a purported cover-up of wrongdoing at Murdoch's newspapers. The case, brought by Harry and a group of other high-profile individuals, including Labour peer Doreen Lawrence, is set to go to trial in January 2025. Earlier this year, Harry's legal team sought to update parts of their case following the release of additional information related to the allegations. While the court did grant some of the requested amendments, including allegations that senior NGN executives lied to the Leveson inquiry and deliberately concealed or destroyed evidence, it ultimately rejected other attempts by the claimants to further implicate Murdoch himself in the purported cover-up. In a ruling issued in March, the judge, Mr. Justice Fancourt, determined that the individual allegations against Murdoch and some other senior executives should not be examined as part of the upcoming trial. Fancourt stated that there were already allegations pleaded against Rebecca Brooks and James Murdoch, whom he described as Murdoch's trusted lieutenants. The judge expressed the view that the trial should not become an inquiry focused on trophy targets like Murdoch, as he believed that would not meaningfully advance the individual claims being made by the claimants. Fancourt also voiced concerns about the vast quantity of new allegations and material that the claimants sought to introduce, which he said could not be accommodated within the existing trial schedule. In his ruling, Fancourt said, "Tempting though it no doubt is for the claimants' team to attempt to inculpate the man at the very top, doing so will add nothing to a finding that Miss Brooks and Mr. James Murdoch or other senior executives knew and were involved, if that is proved to be the case." In response to the court's decision, NGN has claimed that the ruling has thoroughly vindicated its position. The publisher has previously accused some of the claimants of using the case as a vehicle to attack the press rather than focusing on the individual claims. The wider group of around 40 other claimants were also refused permission to extend the period of alleged wrongdoing from 1994 to 2016. An annex of private investigators includes allegations that the Sun's publisher did not deal honestly with the police and CPS when it was under investigation in the wake of the phone hacking scandal, or include fresh allegations that the publisher targeted politicians for political and commercial gain. However, Harry was granted permission to make allegations against a number of additional journalists and private investigators, as well as allegations of tapping of landlines and mobile voicemails. NGN has settled more than 1,300 claims since the Guardian newspaper's exposure of the phone hacking scandal that ultimately led to the closure of the News of the World in 2011. The publisher has consistently denied that unlawful information gathering took place at The Sun. In a statement following the court's ruling, NGN said that lawyers for the claimants work with convicted phone hackers and employ anti-press campaigners and activists who seek to use the claims to make allegations within the protection of open justice principles. The claimants, on the other hand, expressed satisfaction that the court had granted them permission to amend their case in relation to a number of significant issues vigorously opposed by NGN, including lies told by its senior executives to the Leveson inquiry and NGN's deliberate concealment and destruction of evidence with the knowledge of its most senior executives, including Rupert Murdoch's own trusted lieutenant. The case brought by Harry and the other high-profile individuals is part of a larger legal battle that has been ongoing for years, stemming from the phone hacking scandal that rocked the British media landscape in the early 2010s. The scandal, which led to the closure of the News of the World tabloid, also sparked a number of inquiries and legal proceedings, including the Leveson inquiry, which examined the culture, practices, and ethics of the British press. Despite the setback in their efforts to directly implicate Rupert Murdoch, the claimants, including Prince Harry, remain committed to pursuing their case against NGN and holding the publisher accountable for the alleged wrongdoing that occurred at its newspapers. The January 2025 trial is expected to be a high-profile and closely watched event as it promises to delve deeper into the alleged cover-up and the role played by senior executives at NGN, even if Murdoch himself is not directly in the spotlight. And that's it for our video. I would like to see what you think in the comments. Thanks and see you in the next video.